Hey there everyone, welcome to part 2 of this breakdown for the Zonai Terminal from Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. In this part, I'm going to be sharing my process on how I take the low poly model into Substance Painter for texturing, so we'll go through those steps. One other thing I want to mention is that the model does look a little different from the original, but that's okay, I just added my own stylization to it, but it's pretty similar. Other than that, there are some things that are done off screen, like how I create the glyphs and I use them later as alphas. I really hope you enjoy this breakdown and learn something from it. If you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Other than that, let's not waste any more time and jump in. So in this part, I show you the high poly and then the low poly. Now keep in mind the topology for the low polys, it's not too great. As you can see, there's quite a lot of triangles and stuff. It's because I use Decimation Master. Basically in Blender, you can decimate as well with the modifier, and you would get something like this, but it comes with a lot of issues. So in this part, basically, I'm going to be fixing those issues for this part first, and then later on for the main part. But just keep in mind, you don't really want to do this unless it's just going to be kind of for fun. If you're working on an actual video game, you want to take your time, have good topology. Even if it does have triangles, you want to just make it as neat as possible. And you're just going to have much more better control and an easier time UV unwrapping your model will come out a lot more better. So just a heads up. This part, I go ahead and just have a look at the model and I start marking the seams for where I want to cut the model up. Basically, just think of UV unwrapping like a t-shirt. Your t-shirt has different seams in various locations, and when stitched together, it makes the whole shirt, so you can put it on and it's 3D, right? But if you were to cut from those seams, it will make everything flat and kind of look like one of those cardboard boxes that you can kind of open up and take apart. It's kind of like a box. When you put a box together, it becomes 3D, but once you break the flaps and everything, it becomes flat and is 2D. So that's exactly what's going on here. I'm just marking where I want those seams to be, so that way when the model unwraps, it's going to be flat and we can go ahead and easily texture the model. So for this next upcoming part, I go ahead and UV unwrap the model. I already marked all the seams. Now, for an actual video game asset, I wouldn't necessarily do it this way. I would take my time, make sure that I have proper seams marked, and then go ahead and UV unwrap and just utilize the most space that I can within the 0 to 1. Now I do some manual adjustments here, but again, for this model there's just too many UV shells and it could have been done a lot more better. So again, this is just for fun and I'm just doing it this way because I already know it'll bake pretty decent, but if you put in more work it will come out a lot more nicer. So just wanted to make that mention. The other reason why you want clean UVs is if someone needs to work on your model for whatever reason, it's clean and easy for them to read and they don't have to do some extra work, so that's always important. So at this point I'm not going to really say much else. I'm just going to go ahead and leave the video playing. You can pretty much pause or slow down the video if you want to see all the setup and settings that I use in Substance Painter to get everything prepared, and then just the whole texturing process. Now keep in mind, some stuff I do off screen, like creating the glyphs, so that's why you'll see me later stamp them on as alphas, but I created those in Blender using Technique. But other than that, I really hope you enjoy the rest of the breakdown, and I'll go ahead and make some mentions at the end of the video. So this is pretty much the final result from the breakdown. I think it came out pretty good. It has some minor differences, and of course, some things could have been done a lot more better. But this was just for fun. It was a little challenge I wanted to do. I really like Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, and I thought this was a perfect asset to go with because it's the theme of the game. But other than that, I really hope you enjoyed the breakdown. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It just helps to motivate me. Leaving a comment as well and a like helps. And other than that, I hope to see you in the next set of videos that I have.